and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Millie. If you are not new here, it's so nice to have you back. Apologies if I'm looking a little bit shiny. I just put some SPF on my face and I feel like it hasn't like properly sunk in yet, so I do have a bit of a gloss to me right now. As you can tell by the turtleneck, yet again, it is so freaking cold and I feel like a broken record. I feel like all I speak about is how cold it is. I feel like that's obviously the English part of me that has never left, like to complain about the weather. We do have nice blue skies though, which is good, but I have literally been drinking so many cups of tea, eating so many bowls of like ramen noodles just to keep myself warm because it is so cold all of the time. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna start my day off today and go to the gym and go into the infrared sauna. So basically the gym had like a renovation a little while ago and they put in an infrared sauna and I just have never used it. And to be honest, it's really small. You can only fit like 2 people in there, 3 people I can push if you're like comfortable sitting like basically right next to each other like sardines. But I'm thinking if that is free, I'm gonna go in and sit in that. And I think with infrared saunas, you're meant to sit in there for like an hour and a half, an hour-ish. I'm thinking I'll bring a book, read a book or listen to my book and just like chill out and relax for a little bit. I also do need to go for a run today. I'm thinking just a short one. I'm not gonna lie guys, I have been so slack with my running. I don't know what it is. I think it's actually, in fact, I do know exactly what it is. It's the weather. I'm gonna blame the cold weather and the dark evenings. I like to run in the evening, but right now the evening is dark by 5 p.m. So in the mornings I've been waking up and some mornings I've been like, oh yeah, I'll go for a run this morning. And then it's been so cold that I just have not wanted to get out of my little like cocoon in my bed because I don't want to be cold. So I really haven't done much exercise this week. I did a Pilates class yesterday and that was about it. So I'm thinking today, run, infrared sauna, and then quite a chilled day today. The new season of Ginny and Georgia has just come out and I know I want to binge that. So that I feel like is going to be my plan for today. But of course, going to take you guys along with me for the next few days. Just finished. I ended up doing just over 6k. I feel like I found myself like a nice little loop now that I like to do, but now it's time to go home, have a shower and binge TV for the evening. I literally have such an unproductive evening planned, but I'm just here for them at the minute. What's crazy to me is that it's like less than a month, or like kind of like just around a month now until the marathon. And then after the marathon, I am taking a break from running. I am very excited to have a little bit of time off, especially now that it's winter and like the weather just isn't great. It's dark, it's cold. I never thought I would say, but I actually love running when it's like in the high 20s in the summer because it is better than having to come out in the dark or the cold. But it'll be strange to see like how much my life changes after the marathon, because this will be the first time since I started running in January of last year that I haven't had a race booked or like don't have the need to run for anything. But I do kind of know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go on a really strict 8-week cut straight after the marathon because I go on holiday 8 weeks after the marathon and I want to be like bikini body ready for that. And then during that I'm going to stick up my Pilates. I'm going to start weight training again, and I'm actually really excited to start lifting weights again, which is really strange because I've really fell out of love like weightlifting, which is kind of, I guess, hand in hand with the fact that I've been running so much because I just don't have time for everything. But I am looking forward to doing some weightlifting again. I am showered, back from my run, in my cozies. I've got my pajamas and my bathrobe on because again it is freezing. I have just made some dinner. I made some pasta and ham, which everyone judges me for, but it is my go-to meal. And then I'm just FaceTiming my mother. Say hi mom, hi vlog. And this is basically my plan for the evening. I am going to catch up with my mum, eat my dinner, watch some TV, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. I stayed up till midnight last night, and if you know me, I never stay up that late. I literally go to bed at like 9 o'clock every night watching The Walking Dead. And I've been watching it again this morning since I've woken up, and I've just hit, I'm on series 6. I'm on season 6, and a key person who I really wanted to make it to the end has just died. And I'm gutted. I'm so gutted. I'm still loving the show. I do feel like it is getting a little bit like, not samey, because it is different storylines, but I understand what people mean when they say, you know, it's kind of just like the same thing over and over and over again. Like, they get settled and then somebody attacks, they get settled and something happens. Like, it's that sort of vibe, but still obsessed. So I've got season 6, 7 and 8 to finish, so probably give me like another week or two and it will be all be done. Today I am going to meet Imogen, and we are going to the History Museum, or the Australian Museum it's called, but I think it's like primarily like a history museum, and I don't know why. I'm not a museum person apart from the History Museum. I think it's because I like the dinosaurs there. So that is what we're doing today. Basically, I haven't told you guys this yet, but in June, Imogen and I are both doing no alcohol and no spend. So we're trying to do like free activities that don't cost us any money and just keep things cheap and cheerful. I'm doing the no alcohol, A, because of the no spend, but also because obviously the marathon's in July. So I just want to have a month where I'm just fueling my body properly and not getting drunk and having bad hangovers, because my hangovers recently have been horrendous. But yeah, we're gonna go and meet her now, and I will take you guys with me. Imogen's with me.
Hello, look how big this dinosaur is.
Freaking massive. So huge. What type of dinosaur even is it? Let's have a look.
Jobaria tigudensis.
Jabaria tigudensis.
Oh, Jabaria.
Jobaria. Never even heard of that. Fossil sites were found in Africa. You know, I went to school with this girl who didn't believe that dinosaurs ever existed.
There's so much evidence of it.
I know, she was like, but no one's ever seen them, so they can't have existed.
So funny.
But yeah, I just love dinosaurs so much. I don't know why. I feel like my mum has like a weird thing, like love for dinosaurs, and I feel like I've inherited this love for dinosaurs. But actually, I kind of like this, like I said, the history museums are the only museums that I actually have any sort of real interest in. I just think it's really cool to go around and see. But we were just talking about it, and it's like, are things real in museums or are some things fake? Because there was like these big gold nugget things, and we're like, okay, but is it real gold? Because it looked fake. And I'm like, do they actually have real things in the museum? But obviously that's the point of museums. So if you know the answer to that question, let me know. And here's the big old Tyrannosaurus. It's just crazy to think that these things actually used to roam the planet. Like, look how freaking massive it is. Like, imagine that coming at you. By the way, guys, there's also a new Jurassic Park movie coming out at the start of July, and I've said to Stephen that we have to go and watch it, and he is not happy. He actually is not a dinosaur stan like I am. I just got to the airport to pick up Stephen, and I'm really excited to see him again. It's been like 2.5 weeks now since I haven't seen him, and that is like the longest time that we have ever been apart in like probably the whole like 6 years that we've known each other. We've never been apart this long, so I am actually quite looking forward to having him back. I feel like to start with, like, it was great just like having time by myself and like, you know, doing what I want to do, eating what I want to eat. But the last like few days I have been ready to have him back, so super excited to see him. He is just waiting for his suitcase to arrive. I feel like his suitcase has been taking ages. Also, my maps took me like the weirdest way to get here, so I thought I was going to be late, but I've got here and he hasn't even got a suitcase, so it's still going to be a hot minute until he gets out, which is annoying because Sydney parking in the airport is so expensive. Like, so expensive. You get 15 minutes for free, and then like after that it's like crazy rates, like probably like $20 an hour or something like that. But we have no real plans for the evening, just gonna chill at home, probably watch a movie or something very, very casual, very chill. And then tomorrow, guys, 35 kilometers. And I know I've had a couple of failed runs recently, so I've got to make sure tomorrow hits and I finish it all and I feel good doing it. This is going to be the longest run on my training plan, so I'm like a little bit nervous and skeptical for it. Also, excuse my car, this car had a leak, and so all of the lining in the back has been cut out. So these like little patches that you can see is like the I don't even know what you'd call it, like the underlayer of where the fabric should be in a car. But anyway, just waiting for him to come, and then that's kind of it for the evening. Good morning. It is another day of me procrastinating going for my long run. But we're doing it, 35Ks, biggest run of the training block. After this, all the runs get shorter, but not short because next week is still a 30K run. But today will be the longest run that I have ever done, and I'm determined to finish it because obviously last week I did not finish my long run. So have to finish today. I've left ample time between having my breakfast and going out for the run, so I shouldn't hopefully have any stomach issues when running. It is so cold, hence still wearing my bathrobe, but I do have my running clothes on underneath, so I just need to do my hair. I'm gonna do a warm-up today, like a proper warm-up. Like sometimes I just do some like leg kicks and, you know, like open my hips up and stuff, but I'm actually going to follow a warm-up. Like I'll just YouTube one and find one and follow one, because what I did find when I did my 30K run is that all of like my joints, like my hip flexors, knees, feet, were all like in pain basically, and today I've got to do an extra 5Ks from that last one. So I just want to give myself like a proper warm-up, and hopefully that will make my body hurt less, is what I'm going to say. The book series that I'm reading is still the same book series that I mentioned before, but I am really enjoying it, so I'm hoping that that will kind of get me through today's run. I'm just going to slick my hair back in a ponytail to get it out of my face. The one thing I have noticed is that with my oh, actually I'm going to wear a cap today, so I'm going to have a low ponytail. One thing I have noticed with my short hair is that I can't really do it in a plait. Like, I mean, I can do it in a plait, but it just, the plait comes out basically straight away. Like my hair is not really long enough for it to hold like a good plait. But I am going to wear a cap today to keep the sun out of my eyes, because one thing about me, guys, I hate wearing sunglasses. Don't know what it is. In fact, I do know what it is. I feel like sunglasses restrict my vision, and so I just never like wearing them. So that's still fine if I'm ever out and it's like a sunny day. Sometimes I'll bring sunglasses with me, but I would say like the majority of the time they would just be like on top of my head, because I also hate my hair being in my face. So I feel like I've just got something about like things being on my face and like restricting my vision that just really does not get on with me. So low ponytail today. I think I need to invest in some more running leggings at some point, because I have these pink ones and then I have the same pair in blue. I've had these leggings, I want to say, since I was maybe like, did I buy them at uni? Maybe I bought them at uni, so maybe like 19. So I probably had them for like 10 years, but I'm still in good condition. But I just think I need some leggings that have pockets, because sometimes I hate wearing my running belt, because again, I just find it annoying, to be honest with you. Last night, Stephen and I didn't actually end up vlogging anything after I filmed the clip of like me going to the airport to pick him up, and that's because we did not do very much. We came home, he got us a pizza. Obviously I'm doing my no spend month, so I actually was going to break my no spend month so that we could get pizza, because I thought, oh, this is the first time we've seen each other in 3 weeks. But then he decided to treat me to the dinner, so that's good, so I didn't have to pay for anything. And then we watched a movie, and honestly, this poor man was like struggling to keep his eyes open. It was like not even 8 o'clock yet, and every time I looked over he would be asleep, so I was trying to like keep him awake so that we could try to go to bed at a reasonable time. So we ended up going to sleep at like 20 to 9 or something, and he was awake this morning at 3 a.m. so I think he's got like a little bit of jet lag, but he has gone out to go play golf. I'm doing my long run today. It's probably going to take me around 4 hours, so I'm going to estimate that I'm going to be out for about 4 hours. So yeah, love that for me. Just hopefully it feels breezy. One thing I've noticed is that I think the starting point where I've been starting recently in the park has been throwing me off a little bit, because I'm basically counting laps like before I get to that point in my head, like mentally. So then when I actually get to that point, I'm like, okay, that's 1 lap. I'm like, oh, it's not actually really a lap, because I've still kind of got half the way to go. And that's because sometimes I start in the other spot. So today I'm going to start my long run in that spot, so that naturally where my head counts a lap is where I actually am lapping, because I think mentally that is just like better for motivation to keep going. is done. I'm hoping that that will really have like opened up my hip flexors and things like that. So I'll let you know anyway if I think it actually made a difference doing more than just like the usual kicks and like hip openers that I show you guys, because that is usually what my warm-up consists of, but probably not the best idea when you're doing like 35k. So, oh God, I'm feeling nervous. I feel like my heart, like my natural like adrenaline is starting to come out. Okay, let's go do it. Wish me luck. 5 in, 30 to go. I feel like the actual running itself doesn't feel that difficult. It's the thought of knowing that I'm going to do this for another 30 k's and another like 3.5 hours. Also earlier when I said I thought it would take me between 3 to 4 hours, I think I was probably underestimating that. I reckon it could have the potential to take longer than 4 hours. But I'm just going to keep on going, listening to my book. I am over a third in, 12.5-ish Ks, stopping for my first gel. New flavour again today, lemon and lime. It's so nice. It tastes like an ice lolly. It's really, really, really good. But it's actually feeling okay so far. It's really just like the boredom that I feel like I've got to try and keep up with. Body is feeling okay. Knees are probably the only thing that feel a little bit iffy right now, but I'm just gonna keep going. My book's pretty good. Just keep plodding along. 20 k's in, 15 to go. It's actually like not cold, but it is a little bit chilly if I slow down or if I have a little walking break or I stop for a second, because the wind is really, really strong today. So it's actually kind of cold, but my body is starting to get sore. My right hamstring, don't know what it is, my right leg is so much worse than my left leg, and actually it was my right glute that I thought was injured at one stage. But today, my knees, my ankles, right hamstring, and my underneath of like my right glute is just starting to hurt. So 15 to go. Oh, there's loads of ambulances in the park. Something must have happened. But over halfway, so that's one thing. Second gel break, I am 23.5-ish K's in, so 11.5 to go, and it's like really becoming not enjoyable. You know what, sometimes I think when I film these running clips I must be like the most miserable person ever, because all I do is like come on the camera and complain about how my body hurts or that it's hard. But that is actually just the realities of running, especially running as somebody that doesn't enjoy to run. Like I feel like so many running people are like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, the endorphins, the runner's high, blah blah blah, this is so fun, so easy, and that is just like not me at all. But I'm going to try to eat this one quicker than the first one so I don't get too cold again, because it took me a second to warm up again. But 11.5 to go. I'm going to try, I think I'm just starting and it's only 11.5 Ks. I just hit 30 Ks. I'm taking a walking break. My body is in agony. Like I cannot wait for these 5 Ks to be done. I have no idea how I'm meant to run an actual marathon. It honestly feels like 25 Ks and my body just like shuts down. Like it's not my heart feels fine. It's my body, it's my hip flexors, it's my hamstring. So if anybody has any tips as to how you get your body used to doing this, then please let me know, because right now I have no clue how I'm meant to run a marathon. Oh my goodness, my body. I feel like after about 28 Ks, you couldn't even really call it a run, because I was sort of like running 100, walking 100, running 100, walking 100, like it was tough. It's just on the body. Like, is that something that will just get easier the more long runs that I do? But honestly, after I've done this marathon, I don't see myself doing any distances like this in the near future, to be honest. Like, I just can't see it happening. And like, it does get to the point where the run is actually not enjoyable. Like, there was a few times where I was like, I could cry. Like, I could actually cry on this run because I want it to be over so much. But anyway, I got home, I did some stretches hoping that I'll wake up tomorrow feeling okay, and I had a shower, washed my hair, got heated up. It was freezing on that run. This was one of the things as well, like the wind was so strong today that actually like I was kind of cold in parts of it, which is like not usually like me on a run. Usually I'm too hot. But anyway, Stephen obviously came back from the UK and he bought me 2 of my favourite things. Prawn cocktail walkers and skips, which yes, they have already been opened. I actually haven't had any of these yet, but he had some earlier. But I am going to treat myself and have some crisps. And then for dinner tonight, I am going to make a yellow Thai curry, which I recently made, and it's delicious. So, so, so good. But I have zero plans now. I can barely walk. Every time I stand up or sit down, it's just painful. So I reckon it's going to be TV for the rest of the evening. I am in the process of making brownies. Also, I literally feel like I've worn this bathrobe like this entire video. But yeah, in the process of making these brownies, I'm following a new recipe. I feel like a lot of the time that I make brownies, I'll do Biscoff brownies, but this time I'm just doing regular brownies, and I'm actually so excited to have a little sweet treat today. Brownie mix is all done, so we're gonna pop these into the oven for like 20-ish minutes, 22 minutes, and we'll check back in once they're done. It is the next day. I have just finished eating my lunch, and I realized I didn't show you guys my brownies. They were not my best work, I've got to admit. I feel like the 22 minutes or whatever I said I would put them on for was nowhere near enough. I took them out, it was still very fudgy, like couldn't even pick them up. And then I put them in for like a little bit more, and they just kept coming out still very fudgy and very like unset. But by that point I was tired and cranky and I wanted to go to bed. So that's what I did. So I've got extremely fudgy brownies now. But gonna eat these, have my lunch, and that is gonna be the end of this week's video. If you did make it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week.